Okay, stand and base. So we talked about on our 4-point base, leg is always going to come under. So from our 4-point base position here, we're just going to drop one leg. This elbow is going to come to the knee. I'm just basically shifting my weight, my focus, really onto this leg. This leg here is going to be everything. This hand here is protecting. It's not a lot of protection. Really the protection is going to come from the distance. If I have an opponent standing over top of me, I don't really want to sit up into base or sit up into this position to stand in base until that opponent has backed off. So even though we talk about this hand offering some protection against maybe a striker kick, it's not going to do much, okay? If someone's in your face, we need to switch to something else here that we'll probably talk about at another time. So, just for the sake of standing in base, this, like I said, this leg is going to do everything here. I'm going to lift my hips up off of the mat, and I'm going to turn, and this foot is going to go right behind my hand. So my foot and my knee should be right outside of my hand. From a little better angle here, lifting the hips, and I'm bringing that foot and knee behind my hands. Okay, so what you don't want to do is step too far away from the hand that I'm hunched over and really heavy on this hand. I can't get up from there. Okay, the foot has to be close to the hand to be able to stand. So another thing you don't want to do is step back with the knee inside of the arm. Okay, it puts my head too forward and it doesn't give me a stable base. Okay, so I don't want my knee inside, I want it outside, and I don't want it too far away. And I certainly don't want to bring the foot inside the hand. Okay, it's very difficult to stand up from here. Very slow. Okay, so stand in base, just to illustrate with a partner here. Anytime my partner is this close to me, it's gonna be a little difficult to stand up safely. Even if I give him the little push kick here and stand, he's still so close that he can close the base here, or close the gap here. So if he comes in striking, kicking, I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble here. If he comes in just to grapple, and he can put all of his weight on me here, you should still be able to stand up in base here, as long as you've placed your feet properly. So getting that foot and knee outside of the hand is really essential if someone's trying to tackle you back to the ground. And really, even if he's already on top of me, you could really stand in base pretty effectively with all of that additional weight. Again, it's all about the placement of the foot. So if he's this close to me, I don't want my head up here where he can strike it, right? He can punch, he can kick. I need to drop back down and get my head away. So even though it's shown to give a little kick here, if he backs off from that kick, I'm probably okay to stand in base. But personally, I don't like sitting up when he's this close to begin with. So even though I'll show this, I think there's safer ways to go about it. By sitting up into this position, it's really just going to put you in a bad place that you really don't need to be. So for the little push kick here, I'm going to lift my hips up here, and I'm looking to strike, kick, push at his knees. Okay, kind of to buckle his knees really. So if he's really planted heavy on that front foot, and I really give this a push kick, if his foot doesn't move, if Josh just keeps that foot planted, that's where the real danger of that move is going to come from. That's really kind of what we're looking to do. Or at the very least, just get him to back off a little bit. So if by striking at him, it gets him to back off, I can stand and base safely. So we lift, we push, we kick, we stand and base, okay? If he's really close, we're gonna do the little hop back. So what that looks like is instead of just bringing this foot back behind the hand, I'm going to bring this foot back and let it hover, and then I'm gonna hop with this foot. So I'm just gonna shift this way a little bit so I stay in camera. I'm gonna lift, I'm gonna bring this back and let it hover, and then I'm gonna hop back. So again, even though I don't like standing and base with someone this close, it's at least an option, okay? If someone's this close, I can stand and base, hopping back to create a bigger gap. So when we add that in with the kick, I hover, I press, maybe get him to back up a little bit, foot comes back and hovers, and then I hop back, standing in base. So be familiar with those. If you think about it, there's 4 of them. We have just the regular stand and base. We have a regular stand and base with our little push kick, okay? We have stand and base hopping back. And then we have stand and base hopping back with push kick. Okay? So always keep your focus, your attention, your eyesight on your partner. I see this a lot as well. Okay, that's bad news. Don't get used to looking at the ground. Even if your face goes towards the mat, that's fine, but still keep your attention over here. This is more what I want to see, okay? Is really keeping an eye on what your partner, what your opponent's doing.